Hello everyone and welcome to an episode of Mythloke with Nitin Nair. At Mythloke we try to bring you characters from various mythologies around the world, and today our focus is on Indian mythology and especially the Indian god Ganesh. Ganpati or Ganesha is one of the Hindu deities worshipped in various countries. His image is found in locations like India, Thailand, Indonesia, Singapore and Malaysia. And the elephant god is one of the most iconic symbols of modern day Hindu religion, which many countries and many people around the world tend to identify with, and also tend to associate the whole religion of the Indian subcontinent to be focused or revolving around this iconic figure. Now, although he has many attributes such as good luck and good intentions, he is most commonly identified by this elephant head, and he is also revered as the god of new beginnings, remover of obstacles, arts and sciences, and also the bane of intellect and wisdom. A depiction of an anthropomorphic figure from the Indo-Greek coins during the 1st century BC that is believed to be Ganesha has been proposed by scholars. Others believe that the god may have been emerging in India and Southeast Asia during the 2nd century. In Hindu mythology, he is the son of Shiva and Parvati, but he is also a pan-Hindu god known as the supreme deity in the Ganapataya tradition. Now, there are many different cultures around India alone that believe Ganapati to be their personal favorite or their personal deity and focus all their worship and religion around this one god. Now, the Brahma Purana and the Brahmananda Purana are two of the main encyclopedic texts that deal with Lord Ganesh. Now, if you look at physical traits of Lord Ganesha or Ganapati, the image of Ganesha is subject to various variations and patterns. Some of his works depict him standing, dancing, acting heroically, lying down, or in most cases just seated on his mount. Images of Lord Ganesha were prevalent in India during the 6th century. This shows that a common image of the deity, which is usually represented by his head and his belly. Another similar statue was shown in the 12th century by Pratapaditya Pal. The statue has 4 arms, holds a broken tusk in his lower right hand, which is a product of a tussle between Ganpati and one of the other characters in Indian mythology. It also has a motif of turning his trunk to taste a sweet in his left hand. In most cases, Ganesha has an axe or a goad in one arm and a pasha in the other. In rare cases, he may have a human head, but this is not a common depiction. The arrangement of his limbs is similar to that of a modern statue of dancing. Since the beginning of his appearance in Indian art, Ganesha has been associated with the head of an elephant. Various theories have provided various reasons to how he got his head. One of the more popular forms is Heramba Ganpat with 5 elephant heads. Now, we have always been told of the story wherein the head of Lord Ganesh was actually placed on by Lord Shiva after he mistakenly cut the head off in a fit of rage when Ganesha restricted entry into the room because his mother was sleeping. So this is one of the most common folklore and traditional stories that have been passed on from generation to generation. Although as you travel in different parts of India and Southeast Asia, you will get various other understanding and various other stories as to how Ganesha ended up with the elephant head in the first place. Now, one of the earliest images of Ganesha depict him holding his broken tusk. The Mugdala Purana states that his second incarnation is Ekadanta, which means the one-toothed one, and that his belly has a distinctive attribute. According to this ancient tradition, 2 different versions of Ganesha use the same name, Lambodara and Mahadara. Most of the time, Ganesha's forms have been between 2 and 16 arms. In ancient India, these arms were interchangeable. The number of arms varies, and some depictions have multiple arms while some have just 2, while the most common form is that of 4 arms. Another common feature of Ganesha is the serpent, which is a symbol of wealth and integrity. Upon entering Ganesha's forehead, we may see a third eye or a mark which is composed of 3 horizontal lines. The Hindu tradition states that a crescent moon should be placed on the forehead of Ganesha whenever we show him in depictions. Many of the colors associated with Ganesha are associated with specific forms of meditation. For instance, white is often regarded to the Heramba Ganapati or the Rinamochan Ganapati. Now, if you look at Ganapati's family ties and his relations, it is believed that he is the son of Lord Shiva and Parvati. The various versions of his birth have been presented in Hindu mythology. In some, he was created by Parvati or Shiva, while in others, he was discovered by the others, and in some, he was actually born. The family includes Kartikeya, the god of war, and Skanda, who is considered to be the elder among the three. In the north, Skanda is worshipped as the older brother, while in the south, Ganesha is considered to be the firstborn. The marital status of Lord Ganesha varies widely in Hindu mythology. In some cultures, he is regarded as an unmarried brahmachari, or in southern India, this pattern is common. Another mainstream pattern associates him to various concepts, which is Buddhi, Siddhi, and Riddhi as his wives. He is also associated with the goddess Lakshmi. The Shiva Purana states that Ganesha has been given two sons, Shema and Lava. In northern India, variants of the story, the sons are referred to as Shubha and Labha, and is one of the most common depictions or inscriptions that you may find on a North Indian home on the door when you enter. Many Hindu titles and epithets have been described to Ganesha, such as Ganapati and Vigneshwara. Gana is a Sanskrit compound that joins the words Gana and Isha. When associated with Ganesha, the term often refers to the Ganas, which are semi-divine beings that are part of the retinue of Lord Shiva. Some commentators believe that the term Lord of the Ganas refers to the Lord of the Universe or a group of lords. Although the earliest recorded mention of the word Ganapati was in the 2nd BC Rig Veda, it is uncertain if the term was referring to the Hindu god Ganesha. The Amarakosha also lists 8 synonyms of Ganapati, including Vignaraja, Vinayaka, Dvaimadhura, Ganadipa, Heramba, Lambodara, Gajanana, and Ekadama. Vinayaka or Vinayaka is a common name for Ganesha, which appears in the Puranas and in the Buddhist Tantras. He is referred to as Vigneshwara or Vignesha, and these names refer to his duties as a master of obstacles. In Tamil, he is also referred to as Pillaya. In the Burmese language, Ganesha is referred to as Mahapene. In Thailand, the name Phra Phikanet is also used to refer to the deity. When we look at his powers and abilities, Vigneshwara is the Lord of Obstacles. He is worshipped as a remover of obstacles and a spiritual order. He is often worshipped before anyone begins anything new. Buddhi is a noun that is often translated as intelligence or wisdom. The concept of this word is associated with the personality of Lord Ganesha, who is considered to be a clever person. One of his names in the Ramayana and Ganesha Sahasranamas is Buddhi Priya. The name Priya can also be used to refer to a friend or husband, where we have mentioned earlier, where his wives are rumored to be Buddhi, Siddhi, and Buddhi. According to yoga, Ganesha is in the first chakra, which is called the Mooladhara. This is the place where the divine force manifests and the foundation for all creation. It is also known as the base of the spine, and it is where the aura of the divine comes from. In modern day, Ganapati is often worshipped on various occasions, such as when a person purchases a vehicle or starting a new business. The Hindus believe that if Ganapati is worshipped, then he grants success, prosperity, and protection against adversity. Hindus everywhere invoke the Lord Ganesha at the beginning of their prayers and various religious ceremonies. Musicians and dancers in southern India often start their art performances with a prayer to the god. One of the most popular mantras associated with Ganesha is the Om Ga Ganapataye Namah. Devotees carry a bowl of sweets called Modak Patra to carry Lord Ganesha's body. He also is known to carry red flowers or a type of sandalwood paste. Durva grass is also used in his worship. On the 4th day of the waxing moon, which is the 4th day of Uklapaka, various festivals are held on the occasion of Ganesh Chaturthi. The festivals are known as Vinayaka Chaturthi and Ganesh Jayanti. An annual festival honors Lord Ganesha for 10 days. festival begins with the bringing of clay idols of the god to symbolize his visit. On the last day, the idols are immersed in a lake. In Hindu temples, Ganesha is often depicted as a subordinate deity or a deity related to the main deity. As god of transitions, he is also placed in the doorway of many temples and homes to keep the unworthy out. As you can see, Ganesha is a very important part of Indian mythology, the belief system, and the traditions that we see across Indian homes that's been followed for centuries right now. And the prominence of Ganesha and the god in the whole pantheon is all said to remain there as long as the belief system remains. Thank you very much for tuning in to the first episode of Mythlok. We're going to be bringing you a lot more and we're going to focus on a lot of international mythologies as well. Thank you very much for tuning in. This is your host, Nitin Nayak.